I sense a trap.
Everyone, my name is Suction Pruthi, and you're listening to Just Like Me, a podcast where six brown dudes attempt to unpack trending topics and issues in the world around us. Are we qualified to talk about these subjects? Arguably, this is the only time, but mostly debatable. Will we do so in a funny and engaging enough way that it won't matter? Here's hoping. Now let's hear from all the other amazing podcast hosts we have on this podcast. I knew I was going to mess it up. I was doing so good.
What's up, guys? My name's Srinath.
On the finale.
That was absolutely pathetic. You don't deserve that tie.
Hey everyone, I'm Alex.
Hey,
Anish isn't
We're not
here.
starting with the niche out, like it's a little confusing. But hey everyone, I'm a you.
Are we not starting over, or is this?
No, just keep going.
We're going through it.
Wait, actually? Oh, okay.
Hi guys. My name is Sakshan Gupta.
And now it's time for the questions to be asked in today's episode of our podcast.
You can't be bothered to do more editing at this moment in time.
You mean any editing?
Any editing.
So, as you guys may have known, because I'll probably post in giant letters on the caption of this post or in top of my story, this is going to be our last episode for the season and most likely for the series. We're really thankful for all those who have tuned in on YouTube, Spotify, Anchor, everyone who's come to support. Like I said, this was just when I first started this thing, it was just kind of like a fun passion project to start during the pandemic, but it was a great way to stay in touch with Shri when he moved to Seattle, and when he moved to LA, and now the Gupta's in Baltimore. Now it's just me and Thomas, and so I don't.
And that's why it's ending.
And that's why it's ending. It's been a really great experience, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what this podcast meant for us at the end of this episode, but we figured we'd start the episode off with a little bit more fun, a little bit lighthearted topics, arguably lighthearted. Some of the stuff we're going to be is very serious, but Ethical Dilemmas is one of the most watched episodes from last season, so it seems like you guys really liked it. It was one of my favorite episodes to make, so we thought we'd run it back for the last episode. We have some brand new questions. We don't have a niche to answer the questions incorrectly. So
Are you sure to take over?
I'll try.
We thought it'd be a good episode to end the thing off on. So without further ado, we'll get started. So I guess we'll just start in the similar order as we did last time. So these questions are going to start off more actual serious and actual like ethical dilemmas, but by the time we get to the end of it, it's just going to be it's going to be very I guess it'll speak for itself, the stupidity of the episodes. But we'll start off with something pretty serious, or I guess not serious, but something more actual like, ethical situation. So Srinath, are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So you've been on a cruise for 2 days when there's an accident that forces everyone on board to abandon ship. During the evacuation, one of the boats is damaged, leaving it with a hole that fills it with water. You figured that with 10 people in the boat, you can keep the boat afloat by having 9 people scoop the water out by hand and while the 10th person rests. After that 10 person rests, he or she will go back to working while another person rests, so on and so forth. This should keep the boat from sinking long enough for a rescue team to find you as long as it happens within the next maybe like 5 or 6 hours. You're taking your first break when you notice the rest of JLM is on a sound lifeboat, and they're beckoning you to because they have a spot open on their boat. If you leave the people in the sinking boat, they'll only be able to stay afloat for maybe 2 hours instead of 5, decreasing their chances of being rescued. But you will be able to secure yours because you'll be with the rest of your friends, and you're in a lifeboat with more than enough people and more than enough space to help you last the rest of, longer, essentially. Do you stay in the boat or do you leave for the JLM boat?
Is the JLM boat like leaving the space? Like
so you don't have to make eye contact?
Can I is this everyone in JLM?
10 people in JLM. The 10 people in JLM you're closest to. If that makes
we'll be
a difference.
9 because they have one more spot.
Oh yeah, 9 people.
Crew from JLM's on the boat because that makes a huge
Yeah, Srinath, just go through your top 10.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Ayush wants to know. If you make the cut or not.
But
I think I'd stay. I mean, I would hope the other boat kind of stays and maybe like helps out or something.
Are you sure, Srinath? This is yeah. No one's judging you.
You're not getting on the trap boat?
Yeah.
They can like stay like 5 feet away and just watch us struggle. It's fine.
Well, so I guess the question you were asking about if they're going to stay next to each other. But what if the two boats are going like diverging in different directions? One's going to the left, one's going to the right. You don't know which one is the more ideal direction. You just see that they're diverging. Do you change your answer?
See, part of me wants to say yes because like I feel like the people
No,
in
no,
JLM
yeah.
would be smart enough to know that you can paddle a boat the other way.
The
And if they're
people in
not smart enough to
JLM
figure
would
that
be
out, I don't
smart.
think the chances of survival are, you know,
Hey, you have to remember,
there.
Shivam, Pruti, and I are all Eagle Scouts, right?
exactly.
Well,
Then you would know how to row a boat.
Yeah, but Gupta, you have to consider, do the Eagle Scouts make the cut?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're probably gonna fucking die.
Yeah, let's barely not pee on each other. Like,
yeah.
I feel like this
Okay.
would be the one time Shivam begs for Preeti to pee on him. Water.
God.
I'll just be adding water to the situation. Who's paddling that out?
Shivam's
Shivan's throat. Okay, sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
mad.
That took a second. Okay.
Okay, so you'd say if the boats are diverging in different directions, you'd jump off and go to the JLM boat?
No, I
I'm
would
locking
stay.
in your answer. Oh,
I'm
even if they're
staying.
diverging.
Yeah.
You're in it for the long haul.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good
How many of
guy.
us are calling bullshit on Srinath's answer? I am for sure.
I feel like the boats have already diverged. He went to
Yeah.
Seattle, he's done with
Oh my
us.
God.
It's
Oh.
fine.
Exactly.
He's going. Oh my god.
Man,
All right.
fuck. Dude, like, look, if it's like a boat where you have to put in work, why would you want to do that? Just go, like, enjoy your life. Do you, you know?
All right. As always, I mean, not always, but this question was from a BuzzFeed ethical dilemmas.
Of
quiz.
course. Jeez.
If you have not checked out our
Never
BuzzFeed
mention
episode.
BuzzFeed again.
But apparently,
I'm blocking that
68% of the people would stay in the boat, like Srinath said. So I guess he's in the majority.
That's
for
cap.
what?
I make it
That's
69.
100% cap. That's fucking bullshit. There's no way that 59% of people would do that. If they see their friends on another boat having fun while they're having to scoop water out, they definitely
Yeah.
want to go into the
They're
boat.
definitely not having fun on the other boat.
Dude, if I'm there, it's a party, right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was gonna say. If Gupta was one of the 10 people.
Yeah.
I'd-
Yeah.
Simple as that.
All right. That's the first question. Gupta. Oh no, wait. Who's next? Alex. Alex.
If it involves the beach again and my sisters, I'm leaving.
No, I was like, when I was researching these questions, right? The first place I went to was Reddit, and the questions over there were just like the stupidest ethical dilemmas. It was like, would you have sex with your dad to save your mom? I'm like, this is a good question to ask Thomas, but
I mean, the answer is obviously less. Have you seen his
Wait,
dad?
y'all remember Halloween junior year where Sam asked that crazy ass question?
yeah.
Which one?
Yes, I do remember that.
Oh god. Oh,
My
was it
answer
the,
is the
was it where the dad and like
no,
Jack-
no,
Oh,
no,
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 no.
no, no.
His sisters.
It's fine. Keep going.
We
All
have to
right.
repeat it. We have to repeat it.
Okay, this is for Thomas. We're not repeating that question. Another BuzzFeed question for Thomas. You're involved in a 2-car crash on your way to work one morning, in which you
Why
accidentally
me? Why me?
in which you accidentally hit and kill a pedestrian. As you
Uh-huh.
get out of the car, you're intercepted by a tearful woman who seems to think that she hit and killed the pedestrian. You're not sure why she thinks she hit the person, but she is convinced that is her. There's only
Okay.
you, the
Uh-huh.
woman, and the
Uh-huh.
person you hit on the road. No
Okay.
witnesses. You know
Okay.
that whoever is deemed responsible will be probably sent to jail. What do you
Uh-huh.
do?
I'm sorry, but does this question not hit close to home? at
Yeah,
all?
it does.
Oh my! I just
Dude, it took you that long to realize.
Bastard.
I'm so. This is a genuine.
We did it, boys. We got Prithvi canceled.
For the audience, Thomas was involved in 2 bad accidents.
Too bad. It's like
came out-
what?
He built it.
This is getting cut.
This was a genuinely.
No, this is staying in, bastard.
But this is my trauma. I'm so sad now. Yo, fuck
I'm-
Prithvi. All my homies hate Prithvi.
Oh no. I
You wanna shuffle it up a bit, or
Give the
so
Give
so
the-
to answer, I would definitely make love to my dad to save my mom. My dad is pretty hot, so
The
Sheenup's
dad
been
is a
trying
dope.
for like
The
7
next
years.
question was a car crash question too, so I'm just gonna skip that one.
Jesus fuck.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Ayush.
This is a
Homie.
question I was saving for later in the episode, but I'm panicking when I'm shuffling, so I'm just gonna ask the question right now.
To lighten the mood, yes.
Who is it to?
This is for Thomas still, because that
Okay.
last question is thrown in the trash, or at least will be given to Gupta or Ayush. So stay on deck with your answers.
Sure.
Would you rather? Wait, I have a question right here. So this is not from BuzzFeed. This is like a
on.
spin-off of a question that I saw on like a YouTube video. I think it was like Good Mythical Morning, like Red Link or something like that. So, would you rather be forced to watch Danny DeVito have sex with a random member of your family, or lose your virginity to Danny DeVito?
What's wrong with Danny DeVito?
Yeah, what's wrong with Danny? What's the smear campaign on Danny DeVito?
It's nothing against Danny DeVito. It just
You wanna
how
watch?
this is-
Like Penguin?
Okay,
Or-
wait. Yeah, it would have to be Danny DeVito in his penguin costume from Batman.
Oh, then-
I am not. Danny
then I'm
DeVito
all
deciding
in.
what happens.
Not a.
Can you imagine being Big Spoon by Danny DeVito? Like, this is my goal in life.
He'd still be the little spoon if he was trying to.
No. I'm not having that. If I'm losing my virginity to him, then he better treat me right.
So you would say
Uh,
lose your virginity to Danny DeVito?
Yeah. Are we erasing the first time then for me? Like,
Yes.
then this is like two birds in
This
one
is
stone.
going back in time and
Uh-huh.
turning your first
Is
experience
it-
into Danny DeVito.
It's
Yeah.
killing two birds with one stone.
I did not say that, Gupta. Let the record show.
You're savage.
I'm just what? Listen,
I'm fucking dead.
listen. Ruthie came at me. I don't know who to come at the moment. I would lose. I would lose my virginity with Danny DeVito.
Yay.
Okay. Follow-up question.
Oh god damn it!
Is this something like you would hold as a badge of honor? Like you'd put that on your Tinder
Oh,
bio? or something like
100%.
that?
LinkedIn.
Or just something
LinkedIn.
to yourself?
No, it would be a LinkedIn skill.
All right, that's
Well,
fair.
That's virginity to Danny DeVito. All right.
That's fair.
All right, fair enough. We'll take a little break from the car accident one, so we'll go to a different question. Over here, Gupta. So
I
you
think Ayush is
are.
not-
Oh yeah. You're right. Sorry. Ayush. Okay. You are. You're visiting a new city, right? And so it's you and like your one of your I don't know any significant other. It'll be family members, a loved one, a loved one, pretty much.
Normally, for Alex, it'd be Danny DeVito, but
You're with a loved one visiting in a city. So, when you're visiting a city, a person opens his jacket that he's wearing, his trench coat, and he says that he has a bomb strapped to his chest. He says that the police, when this happens, the police locally come in and start, harassing him, trying to get the information for the how to defuse the bomb. But the person said he won't give the information to how to defuse the bomb out. And so your loved one, and like 100 other people in this vicinity are going to be like obviously killed if this bomb goes off. One of the police officers comes to you and says, "Hey, I need you to help me torture this person, because that's the only way that he thinks is to get the information out of him." Do you think it's ever okay to use torture on an individual to save yourself, to save the life of your loved one that you're with, or to save the life of the 100 other people in this town?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
what kind of question is that? Like everyone's gonna say yes. Like nobody wants to fucking die.
Like especially if it's in a situation where I could imminently die,
Yeah.
like do it. Like and torture. This is torture, not necessarily killing the other guy. So what he'd be doing to us and the 100 other people is a lot worse than what we'd be doing to him. Yeah, we'll psychologically scar him, yada yada yada. The fucked up one who's trying to kill everyone.
No,
So-
okay.
And also, tickle torture is a thing. You can just tickle him.
Yeah, tickle torture too.
so hard.
So- My application video to the CIA. I hope
All right, all right.
Put me in one of those rooms. I'll make the whole world a free world. It's fine.
Follow-up question. After 25 minutes of torturing this man,
All right.
he
Next
doesn't
question.
he doesn't fess. But then when the cop comes back to you with his boss and says, "We found out his innocent wife is here," and he says that it'll be much more effective to torture his innocent wife to get the information out of this guy. Is it still okay?
But the innocent wife is not giving up the information.
She said she doesn't know. She said she doesn't know what happened. She said he just went out to get groceries today and now he's doing this.
He went out to get groceries and he came back with a bomb.
Strapped to his chest.
Kya baat hai?
We torture the innocent wife to provoke the
guy, yeah.
Dude, it's so simple, bro. It's yes. It has to be yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I think yeah, at
you
that
have
point,
to say yes, like
at
regardless.
that you do because it's
Wait,
like
but like she's innocent, right? Like, why can't you just be like, hey, we're gonna like fake Bollywood punch you, and then you're gonna like make a bunch of sounds? Like, why would she not be down for that?
when it's life or death, man, you can't do stuff to try to sell it. You just gotta do it. And I mean, by all means, yeah, you just gotta. I mean, I would hate doing it. Like, Srinath saying, "I can't hear you." Or
No,
Gupta can't hear Shri.
Hello.
He was muted.
Okay, what's up, Shri?
If the wife is there, right, she's gonna die anyways. So
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
would
You'll-
torturing the wife do anything? Because either way, it doesn't seem like he gave a shit about the wife if she's gonna die.
that was the part of the ethical dilemma.
No,
True.
no, she's not saying that torturing her
what do you-
won't have an
with the wife?
impact on
Yeah,
the
so
bomber.
that's what, yeah. Oh, you're saying it won't have an impact on the bomber?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean-
like either he was gonna
He's
kill
gonna
his
blow
wife
up
anyways.
the city. Yeah.
No, I mean like he said that he didn't know that his wife. Was
Oh,
so.
maybe just showing the wife would help. I mean, be like, hey, you're gonna kill her too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd torture her. Sorry, wifey.
That's
No,
not your
I
wife.
mean-
Your wife is watching.
Yeah, so yeah, but like I'd still.
No,
feel like-
no. Yeah. There's no wrong answer.
Okay.
Unless you're part of the well, according to the UK Human Rights Act adopted in 1998, torture is never justifiable because it's illegal international law. So that's the only thing that's stopping it. But other than that, like the
There
emotional
are no wrong
context.
answers.
Alright, first of all,
Yeah,
but
I'm
there are wrong questions.
nobody obeys the Geneva Convention anyway. Like it's fine.
Yeah, and who's gonna listen to the UK? They lost all their colonies. They're little bitches.
And they can't cook for shit.
Hey, shepherd's pie is not that bad.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Worcestershire sauce isn't even British. It's fucking Bengali. They stole
Is it
it.
actually?
Yeah, it's
I
fucking,
don't doubt that. They stole a lot of things.
their national dish is chicken tikka masala.
Exactly.
Is it actually?
Yes.
Yeah, search it up.
It is.
Okay. Gupta. So I usually answer the question. All right, Gupta, this is for you.
Or car crash?
So
Bring
this is
in
a
the
different
bag.
car crash question. You are the EMT on a scene of a car crash that involves your significant other and a lover that you don't know she had. They're both gravely injured. Your spouse's injuries are the worst of them. You can tell it's unlikely when he or she will not pull through. However, his/her lover has a neck wound that will prove fatal if pressure isn't applied soon. Whom do you work on? The spouse or the lover?
And who do you work on?
Again, you're
That's
unconscious,
necrophilia
Thomas.
there.
That is not.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
Don't you come at me. You're already canceled.
Wait, so sorry. There's a spouse that's gonna die regardless.
And then the spouse is like
The
cheating
person
on
that's
you.
cheating on you with.
The spouse is in worse condition than the lover, but the lover is in like something you can do more immediately to tend for him or her.
Man, shit, I just leave both of them alone. The fucker is like
Man, you know you're an EMT, right? You can't just like peace out, guys. I'm taking my lunch break right now.
I'm gonna take my 5. Y'all got this.
nah, shit. If I'm an EMT, all right, look. So I'm gonna be a doctor one day, and I'm gonna be a really good one at the end of the day. So, I'd figure out a way to save both of them at the same time because
Bro, this isn't a med school question. No, I need to. That's not in the right end. That's not allowed. Just save one.
You're not fucking MacGyver.
Yeah.
Dude, I am. Just watch. No, I don't know, dude. If the like in scouting, like we were taught that triage is a huge thing, right? So
Yeah.
if and I guess like triage is also like taught pretty much everywhere, even in EMT. So if you're in a situation where one person is guaranteed to survive over another person, then you would choose the person who's guaranteed to survive. So I guess the fucker that's fucking my wife, I'd say that. Yeah.
See,
but-
after they get out of the hospital, then you can beat the shit out of them.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's already like lost a
He's
lot of
already in
blood,
the hospital, so
take-
like.
yeah.
And he's also your best man.
But Amnish wouldn't tell you. Amnish didn't tell you this.
But this could have all been avoided if Avnish and Ryan just told you on your wedding day. But no.
Amnish just wanted to crash the open bar. He didn't want any of this drama to happen, bro.
Hey, fuck, you guys are laughing, but I'm probably gonna have to make my best man. Like my
Oh no. Oh no.
after he gave that answer, I was like,
All right. Yeah. That was kind of a shit question, bro. What's the next one?
Which person did you want to switch with? What question did you want instead?
I don't know. Like,
Okay,
all-
just go next. Just keep
Yeah,
rotating.
just go next. It's fine. Don't worry. Just rapid fire.
All right. So this is a question for the group because it's kind of like the trolley problem we talked last time, where we tackled it all as a group. We all gave our opinions. This is another famous kind of like ethical dilemma that we didn't talk about that time, but I feel it's like so like widespread and so canonical that I feel we should all kind of give our thoughts on this. It's
Yeah.
the expensive medicine problem. Have you guys heard of this one?
No.
No.
Okay. Your partner is dying from a rare disease. Luckily, a cure has recently been invented by one druggist who lives very close to you. The
Wait, I didn't know
druggist
they cured ligma.
Wait, the fuck is a druggist? first of all?
I'm just reading this this website.
Wait, what's Ligma?
You don't know? Candace had ligma.
Who?
Wait,
What?
I thought Candace's mom Joe had ligma.
No, they both got it when we went to China.
Candace's mom, Joe.
Yeah.
and then lover.
When they met Jack Ma.
When's Barry getting in on all this?
Dude, I don't know.
Bro, I saw Barry at an Imagine Dragons concert the other day.
Wait, in
Anyway.
Kansas?
No, I think it was Kenya. Okay.
Good.
This druggist is selling the cure for 10 times the amount it
Bro,
costs him
it's
to make
not
it.
a druggist. A druggist
Drug dealer, come on.
drugs. Yeah, it's a fucking drug dealer.
Or this pharmacist, whoever this person is
Pharmacist.
selling the cure for 10 times the amount it costs him to make it.
A
You
Martin
try to
Scout.
raise the money, but even borrowing from friends and taking a loan from the bank, you can only raise half the amount. You
Yeah.
go to the pharmacist and offer to pay him half now and half later, but he refuses, saying that he invented the cure and is determined to make money off it. You
Yeah.
beg him to sell it cheaper, as your partner will die before you can raise the full amount, but he still refuses. You believe you can break into the store one night after he has gone home and steal the cure. This would definitely save your partner, although you would most likely be arrested for the crime. What should you do? What if you'd only steal the cure? Actually, this is a follow-up question. So, if just stealing the cure, breaking in and stealing the cure, you think
Look,
it is ethical
yeah.
or unethical?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah.
a hardcore capitalist. I believe that
It's like
if
Yeah,
somebody
evolution.
makes something, they should be able to set their own price until competition arises. So,
And the competition
Yeah, but the
is him
competition
breaking
go
into
these
the
fucking
store.
hands.
you fucking suck.
He was his answer to the trolley problem was killing everyone, and now he's a full capitalist.
Hey, between seasons, things change.
yeah.
Go with
Last,
the
last,
loving-
season,
It's
last season I was a communist. This season I'm a capitalist. So
That's called character development.
yeah, exactly.
What are you saying, Ayush?
I said Gupta needs a loving touch from a woman to get some fucking compassion. Wife, you bastard.
I think Gupta's answer is really to like take that trolley and just start killing everyone. Like kill the partner, kill the drug dealer.
Just
Destroy
take the
all the
trolley
drugs.
and then ram him into the store, and then you're good.
Yeah.
Omni
No,
man.
okay, so what I would do personally, all right? So I would let, first of all, I would let my wife pass away, but then from there, I would take samples of her blood, see exactly what the disease was, and figure out
Figure it
and
yourself?
isolate that exact. No, no. Let me finish. So I isolate that exact bacteria or virus or whatever the pathogen is. Figure out exactly what's causing the issues. Create my own vaccine and my own antibody. Sell it for one half of the price of what the other person's selling it for. Sell like get enough money to buy out that guy's business, make him like go broke, and then like just become rich off of the
I'm not sure if this is
Question.
petty or
Are you
small-hearted
gonna
or
take
what.
your dead partner's like disease and spread it so that way you have a market for your own vaccine?
it's capitalism, baby. That's what you need to do. That's
Good.
what you gotta do.
Got me fucked up. Uh,
Which
Not-
by the way, this has happened before, so I'm just letting you know, like this is literally like
You've done this before?
yes. I'm
This has happened. I'm speaking from experience.
I'm a fucking billionaire. Like no, but yeah, y'all go ahead.
Get this done convicting himself, incriminating himself. Hi, Thomas, are you Shri?
I feel like I'd break in. It wouldn't be like a thought process. Like,
Break in and
yeah,
all right.
I mean,
All
it
right.
shouldn't be too hard, right? And like
No,
you
no,
only go to jail if you get caught.
I'm not killing anyone by breaking in. So the net effect is one person doesn't die versus,
A person does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one step further. I would make a Facebook group with other people who are in a similar predicament.
yes,
Tell eat at this pharmacy, and and everyone just raids the shit out of the pharmacy. And split the cure. Yeah.
You should part of the Flag Smashers. Confirmed.
we live in a society.
Okay. So not you said you agree as well.
I agree with Ayusha's. That's a smart. I
Like-
would make sure there's like only like enough people come for like the amount of doses that are in that pharmacy.
Oh.
But then I would start a
Oh,
movement where
wow.
people break into all the pharmacies and keep stealing the cure because fuck that guy.
All right.
Wait,
Okay, so I guess the second follow-up question was kind of what Thomas was talking about. What if you could only steal the cure if you had to kill the pharmacist to get it?
Yeah.
Is this okay now? All right, Thomas, you said you're the one who said a life for a soul for a soul.
I did not. I literally. All right.
What situation would that even be?
What?
Like where you had to
I-
kill a
if you're in
guy
a
to get a
Bollywood-
cure.
Some
Like this
Bollywood
man,
movie.
this man wouldn't die for the cure. He wants money. So like,
Technically, it's over a soul because this guy's probably killed other people off because of his pricing.
So,
So-
he doesn't really have a soul, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he doesn't have a soul, and what is he gonna do? Buy a Wu-Tang album? Like what value is he gonna add with like the money he? I don't know, dude. I don't know. We need less people like that in the world, and I'm not afraid to say that. Like if he swung first, you know,
You should make an act of self-defense.
yeah,
he shot the first shot. I mean, I don't know self-defense anymore because I'm breaking onto his property. But I mean, yeah, I think I would. I'd like to think I would.
Okay. Was there any? So wait, Thomas, I didn't hear what you said.
I have no idea. What in this scenario was Avnish my best man as well?
Yes.
He's your sidekick. He's like, oh,
No,
I'm
I
a
mean,
taekwondo.
no,
Let me
because your
come
wife
with you.
isn't cheating.
So my wife
Oh my
isn't cheating on me. Ah,
No.
Then fine.
Actually, you
I'd-
wouldn't know. Avnish was
I'd
your best
kill
man,
her.
so you wouldn't know.
No, I'd
I'd-
probably do it.
The killing for me.
Exactly.
He'd be my hitman.
Oh man. Okay. So everyone answered that. There was just
I
this
didn't
one
actually.
question.
I didn't answer it in real life. Like,
Okay,
this is
go
the
ahead.
time the future wife
Yeah,
does this.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, I'd fucking kill the guy. I'd like raid the thing. I'd go to jail, but that's just like to keep me safe, right? Like
Yeah.
for the future. But yeah,
All right. I think we have time for one more question before we do kind of like just a transition to like a reflection on podcast, what this meant for us type vibes. Okay, this one says hijacked plane. I haven't read this question, so hopefully it's not too bad. You're on a plane containing 150 people currently flying over a barren desert. Hijackers take over, killing the pilot and co-pilot and sealing themselves in the cockpit. There's no way for you to open a door, but you could damage the ventilation system, causing poisonous fumes to fill the cockpit. If you do this, the hijackers will die. But with no one able to enter the cockpit and fly the plane, it will crash in the desert, killing everyone on board. If
I'll
you
fly
do
the bird.
nothing,
Sorry.
what did I say?
Nothing.
Okay. If you do nothing, the hijackers hopefully will land the plane safely, or they might crash into a civilian target, killing even more people. Given all this in mind, what do you do?
Wait, so the hijackers like they're like planning to
They haven't told you anything about their plans. You just know that they're in the cockpit and they killed the pilots. So this is the three things you can do. You can, I mean, not
well, this
three
kind of
things
like
you
the
can do.
9/11.
Yeah, I
No, I mean like
guess
this
so.
kind of like the 9/11 dilemma. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ones
yeah.
that were crashing the White House, like they crashed the plane, right? So I think that's like
Yeah, essentially.
yeah, I would do that. Like I would fill the plane with
Right.
toxic fumes. And
Because you're right. Yeah, remember I said you guys are in a barren desert. So doing this will kill the cockpit. So you guys will most likely crash because no one can get into the cockpit. So you just
Yeah.
crash the plane into the barren desert and minimize the chances of them not crashing it anywhere else.
I think I'd do that too, because I think the plane has maybe a chance of some people surviving because it's autopilot and shit.
Okay.
And I think it would be by the time you like figure out if they're gonna land or crash into a building, it'd be too late because then it would crash somewhere in a city.
Yeah.
So that's
Also,
probably the best option.
the whole like you can hope that they're gonna land safely. I don't see where that fits into the thought process. Like
Because they can be like trying to get a ransom out of them, like
on who?
something.
On me?
The 150 people. I don't know,
Oh.
man.
Okay.
You know, they could be like, because sometimes like there have been like stories like this where like terrorists will like do these types of things and they'll be like, oh, you need to release this person from prison, otherwise we're gonna crash this plane. Yeah,
Yeah.
no one needs to be held captive.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I sorry, was someone gonna say something?
I would take
Sri?
my chance.
You take your chances?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think there's a chance of a successful crash landing, especially. I mean, I'm saying a desert is safe.
Yeah.
But at least
Barren
you're not-
desert.
At least you're not crashing into trees or a building.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think you'd have an easier chance.
And
if it's-
sand is somewhat soft, so
if
that
it-
helps.
Assuming it's flat as well, so it's not like super slopey like a
A dune.
So I'll take my chances.
Yeah. I think all these questions, like, I feel like it's so much easier for us to respond given where we are right now, sitting on our chairs. If it was actually like life and death, like, oh, I'm gonna pull this and I very much will die. I think, I don't know, the inner bitch in me in the actual situation would definitely panic. So I'm not sure. Like when I read this, I had the same response as you guys, but I'm not sure in actuality how well our ethics will come out. Because like Ayush was saying, like in the situation with the like we're torturing someone, like right now, like it kind of seems like, it's a different situation when you're in the moment. Actually, everyone around you is going to die. So kind of it's the opposite for this situation. It's like being able to control yourself.
Situations, we have all the cards laid out for us. I feel like
Yeah.
if the situation was for real, right, I think we would explore every other possible like chance of like, okay, this plane lands, but also we don't die. Whereas, yeah,
And also like we're like
you could also end
we're-
up like Tony Stark. I'm just saying. That's like a
I just think the likelihood of us not doing anything, or at least me not doing anything, like in action, like considering how indecisive we are as a friend group for like normal things. Like, I was like, yeah, I'd turn off the ventilation thing and kill off the, everything. That's like, we had there like 30 seconds. And it was like, damn, I can't even get a niche to book a ticket to Seattle in 2 weeks. But yeah, okay. So, those are kind of the ethical dilemmas that we had on today. There were a lot more. It was a lot more different than what we did last time. I think last time we were just like Ayush was sucking snake venom out of Anish's tit. So this was much
Was it
more.
tit or was it okay
I think he had changed it to tit. It wasn't originally.
to keep it PG-13?
Back when we were so young and naive.
Ah, good times.
But I guess now we'll just kind of transition to maybe our final thoughts, and if we end early, we can do like one last ethical dilemma just to end things off. But I guess I wanted to give enough time for everyone to talk about, I don't know, what this podcast meant for them, if they want to talk about like what this past year, like we did like the last episode of first season was like a 2020 recap. And I know we're only like halfway done with 2021, which is crazy. We're halfway done with 2021. But
Don't remind me.
I guess just like a life, I mean, maybe like a pandemic or any like life update that they want to share with us and maybe like the 25, 30 other people who are going to be listening to this.
Yes, great. Pruthi, you go first.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go first.
Did you go first?
Let Pruthi this one.
Yeah. One of you guys want to add anything, or if not, then I guess I'll impromptu something. But I was assuming one of you guys go first.
I'll go.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Aish.
I mean, this whole pandemic has been pretty nuts, but it's been nice to, like, thanks to Pruthi, we've been able to all be a part of this pretty unique experience. I don't think any of us have really, I know Thomas has some podcast experience, but like a lot of us, it was like our first time doing something like this. And I thought it was pretty cool. But it was like, we were all pretty bored out of our minds, at least when we first started this podcast. And it was just like a really cool experience to also just like unpack everything that's been going on and also just be stupid. So yeah, I was definitely really grateful for this experience. And yeah, thanks, Pruthi.
Thank you, Ayush. Cutie. Srinath,
that.
Thomas.
Wait, the heart thing. Sorry.
Oh, I learned that recently too. I've been watching Crash Landing on You recently. Oh.
Crash Landing on
anyways.
what? Okay.
Srinath or Thomas, do you want to go, or
Thomas?
am I?
Okay, for me, so like I'm a person who's very like mentally and physically connected in the sense that like when I am not going through a good phase mentally, I don't feel good like physically either. And so like midway during quarantine, I was just like going through, like days were just like, I was like, I don't know, like time was just time. And like I remember like I was in school still, or when did we start? Had I already graduated?
We started after we graduated.
Yeah, so that was even the worst period because like I wasn't employed. I had no like real structure to my day. It was very like I have no idea what I'm doing right now. And I remember specifically like the week before the podcast, like our first episode, it wasn't even an episode we released. It was like the practice episode. I just wasn't eating, like no appetite, just didn't really whatever. And then we did the first practice episode and it was just 1 hour of like roasting each other, like making jokes that obviously didn't get published. So that was the tier
We
of
should
the
definitely
jokes.
post that.
And I was just standing there looking at all of you guys, like being loud as usual, being obnoxious and cursing at each other. And it was just like I hadn't been used to noise in so long. I hadn't been used to laughing in so long. And I like, it's such a clear, like one of the clearest memories from this whole pandemic experience is that after the first like practice episode, I literally walked out of my room and I went into the fridge and I ate food for 2 hours. Like I literally was just eating for 2 hours because like doing the podcast during, especially the pandemic, especially during a period where like everything else was like a question mark, it like made the day feel worthwhile. It was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm doing something with my life. My appetite is back. So definitely, like for sure, the first season was like, I needed that to like talk to you guys, roast you guys, and then fantasy helped. Like all the stupid stuff we did, like fantasy, basketball, anyways, everything. It just helped. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately I helped Thomas's mental health. That goes against everything I stand for.
Yeah.
Podcast
me
is a
too.
failure.
Bastard.
Srinath Gupta.
Yeah, I guess for me, it helped. Like I was always, I guess after my parents moved, like I haven't been back to Fremont and see a lot of you guys in a while. We had like our Utah trip,
We've noticed
just
this.
That was
Vegas.
2 years ago.
Vegas,
Vegas.
a year and
That
a
was
half
a year
ago.
Vegas was the last one.
I barely, I
Bad
haven't even,
trip.
Huh?
Nothing. Continue.
it was a treasure.
If you guys as an audience do not know what treasures is at this point, guys, come on, step up your game.
Yeah, like you haven't interrogated us. The love of my life. Okay, continue.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah, it feels helps like feel like I'm back with you guys, not even in person. But like, fantasy obviously help. Warzone still helps because we don't have like the rest of JLM in this podcast. Lame. But yeah, it just helps feel like I'm still from Fremont, if that makes sense. And definitely be making an effort to come back for
We'll seeing
reasons.
you soon too.
For reasons?
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Obviously,
we're not
you
even one of the
guys.
reasons.
Wow,
We're not
that
one
was-
of them.
God
You're
damn.
like 15 of the reasons.
For treasures, huh?
We're not the top 15.
Not the top 15. Not making. We're not in the boat.
You're 15 of the 16. How about that? Is how.
Oh my god.
Ah. Get that?
What was the question?
I just talk about like what I guess like what this podcast and like what the last couple of months have meant for you. I guess that was the point of the question.
Sorry, dude. It's like pretty late here. So I'm pretty tired.
Yeah. Gupta's in Baltimore for those of you
Big
who
East
don't know.
Coast guy, huh?
Bro,
Yeah.
it's about to be 11.
Yeah, I sleep at 10. So,
You sleep at 1 a.m. You bitch.
Yet.
You do not sleep at 10.
You're gonna see what
dude, I try waking up at like 6. So just
That all of this is fake. I'm sorry.
I'm a CEO shit, dude. I'm telling you.
He has to go break into a pharmacy real quick, guys.
Yeah,
After this,
yeah,
that's what he has planned.
he has to go break in and then tell him like, oh, you have every right to do this.
Free market. Free market.
You have every right.
You can go high five the
Free
druggist.
market capitalism.
It's not druggist.
That's not a word.
I will
Stop
use
trying to make
that.
druggist a thing.
Yeah.
Get that. Yeah, go ahead. You
yeah,
can read really quick.
to answer the question, I'd say that I don't know, like this podcast kind of kept us in touch, made us stick together, have a really good time once a week. Kind of made us realize how some of us have really dumb opinions. I definitely got to know a lot of you like a lot better. And that's saying a lot because I grew up with most of you. Like Pruthi, I've known since 4th grade, and I didn't know a lot of the stuff we thought about, but now I do. I feel like when it comes to my opinions, I'm pretty vocal.
Yeah.
When I say something, I genuinely mean it most of the time. But I think that the podcast in general was just a good way to bridge the gaps in our understanding of each other. It helped us understand life a little bit better as well. I feel I feel we learned a lot in general too. I definitely learned a couple things about like space travel, how fucked up of Anisha's thoughts are.
How much she likes biryani.
Yeah, how he likes biryani. Like no, I mean like I think that the most interesting discussion that we had on this podcast was the Black Lives Matter one, for sure. Because we don't understand any of that shit. So like getting a perspective from a couple of you guys kind of increased that basic understanding that we have. We definitely don't understand it in depth. But expanding on it kind of like made me understand a little bit more about where people are coming from, what it means to them not being African American, especially being a minority in this country. I think that really interested me. And then finally, all the fun podcasts that kind of made me like, if for me personally, it was like entertaining. I love seeing the random ass arguments that used to take place in various contexts. But yeah, it's definitely a good time. Kind of sad this come to an end, but I guess all good things must come to an end, as y'all know. But it's on to the next things, you know, like Pruti's going to med school, Srinath's doing his rocket shit, Alex is like fucking working for the devil.
It's true. Sorry.
I'm gonna become a multimillionaire.
You can be multi-millionaire druggist.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, billionaire or trillionaire. I'm not a trillionaire. And then Ayusha's just gonna sit on his bum ass. Crying about sausage.
Hey, that mum ass is like,
A pretty good ass.
it's pretty good
Yeah,
ass.
good ass.
Give us a
That
slap,
makes the
Ayush.
cut. Just Ayush's butt makes the cut.
Ayusha did FOR in high school.
Our next venture beyond this podcast is actually JLM OnlyFans account.
We want
Wait.
all platforms. We will cross every terrain.
We are.
We're gonna
everywhere.
take
All
over the world. Trust me.
Yeah, we are. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, we're all gonna be super successful regardless of
I thought
what.
they were gonna say
That's not what I heard at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
But facts.
but yeah, it's like it's been a good time. I feel that when we look back and look at this podcast, especially, we're definitely gonna realize how dumb and naive we were back in this day.
Especially of Niche.
Especially
And-
Niche. I don't
yeah.
think he'll realize. We'll realize for him.
He's not gonna realize until his fiance cheats on him. We're like,
my
ah, shit! I wish someone told me.
Oh God.
All right, you didn't have to say that. That was-
I'm kidding. Avnish is a very, very nice boy. Ladies, hit him up.
Ladies.
single?
Please, please. For the love of God, please.
Well, there's only one like you can't be named a DT if you're gonna name be a
Yeah, we
Dan
can't have
Avnish.
another one.
We
Just put
can't.
him calm down.
One of the 30 viewers has to be potential, man. We'll see.
He can keep your hands very warm.
I was gonna say that one of the prerequisites is you have to come with warm hands already. Like, no more of this.
Come on, he has to put in a little effort.
Oh my God! I feel so bad. He's not here to.
It helps
defend
if you're in the
himself.
city. He's already there all the time. So
Oh my.
Yeah, if you're in Oregon.
Oh,
you know.
annihilation.
Okay. I guess my final like 2 cents. Like you guys mostly covered it. Like the ability of this podcast to keep us in touch was a major reason why I started it. No matter what Ayush puts on her bio about me being bored in my gap year trying to add something to my resume, that was only a very small part of it.
So
But,
that was actually on your resume, though.
no.
So you're telling
Um,
me this has helped you get into med school.
um, I think.
wait, I
Um,
helped Fruity.
Yeah, we both messed up, Thomas.
God dang it.
This podcast is supposed to be mutually assured destruction, not mutually assured beneficial. No, I think the two biggest things that I think got away from this podcast that really spoke to me is one, in our friend group and also kind of in life, I kind of feel like we all have our like different identities. For me, when I used to think of like soccer. When I think of Gupta, I think of like history and politics. When I think of Thomas, I just start barfing. When
I was waiting. I was like, all right, let's go.
When I think of Srinath, I think of like space. I think of this guy I think of a little puppy dog because Srinath's like the type of guy like no matter what you show him, he'll be like, oh yeah, let's do this. This is so exciting. So I don't know. For me, I don't know. I never really knew what my identity was. That's kind of what I wanted to do during this gap. Like I guess like I don't know. Maybe like I'm like the pre-med guy in JLM, but I didn't want just my career to be my identity. I wanted to explore different things. That's why I wrote the book. That's why I started this podcast.
You're the
I don't know,
guy.
I kinda like-
Book.
You're trying to give yourself a character arc.
Wait, I know Pruti's character arc.
What is it?
What?
He's
If this is
step
your
bro.
origin story, it's pretty
It's
fucking
definitely an enemies to lovers arc.
No, he's the step bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, get money. But
he needed an answer to what are you doing, Step.
He's like, what am I doing?
Nobody's
Shit.
asking me what I'm doing. But no, I feel like this also by this podcast, getting to talk about people about space exploration, getting to talk to people about Black Lives Matter, talking about like South Asian culture, things bigger than us, helped me get a better worldview of our society that we're given, helped me find out what type of causes I want to do more research in, what type of events I want to be a bigger part of in my life. So that was definitely a big step of this podcast, helped open my eyes to a bigger world around me, and hopefully that will make me like a better person going forward. And also, like obviously, like we said, talking to all you guys was a great way, and definitely one of the biggest reasons for starting this podcast. But like the guest that we had on this show was honestly might have been even a little bit more like inspirational, motivational. Like talking to like roommates about Louise about space exploration, that was something that was definitely like eye-opening to me. Talking to people from our high school, especially talking to like Sahi, Zishan, and Austin, like people. I mean, like obviously Sahi, I've got to stay in touch now, but like Zishan and Austin, like people that I haven't talked to as
Bro,
much.
you're getting
since-
Ollie.
Oh yeah,
Ollie.
Ollie, yeah, exactly. people I haven't stayed in touch with as much as I'm sorry if I say a guest who I haven't mentioned. Shivam, Shurdik. I mean, I keep in touch.
You
with
don't
them,
have
so
to
I-
mention them. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Really,
But, like-
really don't.
You can mention Critic. You don't need to mention Shivam.
Especially don't mention Niche.
Yeah.
Yeah, our
He was pretty
favorite
much a
guest.
guest star, but this is the number of appearances that he had.
And then
Pretty
Anthony
guess.
too. Anthony.
Anthony,
yeah.
Yeah.
Has stories. Yeah.
And all the Gregs.
Yeah, and all the Greg. That's actually also what I wanted to add on in that, like, so
Can
like
I have my
right.
moment, Thomas?
No. We've done too many positive things. Okay, and you call me Barf. So, but like in high school, we were our own circle, and now like our friendship has continued throughout college, and like we have our own circles already. So it's kind of cool that not only was this podcast a way to continue talking to each other, but like we got to talk to Anthony and Luis, which is people from like Gupta's world. Like even though they haven't come on, like a lot of my Riverside friend group like listens to the episode like regularly. A lot of Avnish's friend groups listen to it regularly, and we have like 30 listeners, right? So like these are the people that are listening, and like it's like when I talk to them, like they're talking about this stuff and they like reference and they're like putting together an image of who you guys are when I talked about you. So it's kind of cool that not only is the conversation continuing on in the circle that is JLM, like it's continuing on with like the guests we've had, like our own friends as well. It keeps that conversation going on too. All right, back to Pruthi and this bullshit.
I was gonna I was gonna add, I know Gupta mentioned like how we'll look back on this in a hopefully a long time before we realize how stupid we all were. But it's funny, I think it was in my first few months of working, one of my coworkers was really not confused, but really like he found it strange or just like not normal to be like this close with like my friends from high school. Like that's just not a thing, especially like all of us as a group just being like keeping this close in touch, like with the podcast, the fantasy league. It was last summer, so we had both of them going on at the time.
Yeah, most people aren't like us. It's really weird, right?
Yeah, most people are not like us. We're the opposite.
Like Pruthi
Yeah,
and I have decided we hate each other, and we're still stuck with each other. Like
Yeah.
most
Wait,
people make
no,
the
this is
decision to
not-
do something about it.
It's a very much a high school thing. Everyone in our high school has remained tight regardless of their group. Like if you look at the like other Indian guys in our grade, they're all
Maybe
like
it's like a
tight.
Bay Area Brown thing, then, but like definitely like other like when I go to college or talk to like people from work, like they have not stayed in touch
Yeah.
with their high school
Yeah,
friends nearly
but-
as much.
That's because they're not Indian. Like all the Indian
Maybe it is a brown thing.
that's very
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
around thing. Like you stay in touch with your like high school friends, college friends. You stay in touch
Yeah.
with that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
But it's just
Yeah.
nice that we're like not just doing like the same thing. We do different things and we like grow with each other. Like this
Yeah.
podcast is definitely us trying to be like, well, half the time we forget the BuzzFeed episode, but like talk about like some serious topics as a friend group. Alex, I'm sorry.
Cedric Diggory quiz. I can't get over it. Question 20. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, Preeti.
No, yeah. So pretty much we've nailed like the amount of people we've got in touch with, the people who've like
We've nailed who? What?
no, you nailed. A lot of people
Yeah.
who touched in and have opened up on this podcast about things that we didn't know about them or did not necessarily talk to them about beforehand was just like, I'm really happy this podcast gave them a platform to talk about that if that's something they didn't necessarily share with the general public beforehand. So I definitely, like, I don't know what I wanted out of this podcast, but I definitely am more satisfied and like this. I definitely accomplished more, that when you look at the amount of people who watch on YouTube, it doesn't sound like it, but like inherently I'm more satisfied than I thought I would be going into when I first came up with the idea. So I know I have everyone on this podcast to thank. I think I probably should thank Avnish. Don't want to, but I do. Thanks, Avnish.
you mean the
thank you
guest for the
to-
last couple of episodes.
All
He's a
our guests.
recurring character.
He's a recurring,
Yeah.
he's a recurring character.
Thank you to all our guests. Thank you to all our listeners. Hey, if you guys get this YouTube video to like, I don't know, like 100 views or 100 likes or something like that, maybe we'll do another episode, another season, depending on how good I'm feeling. But
How good you're feeling?
Stick to a milestone
Wow.
that's accomplished. Like
you know,
100 likes is insane. We gotta get 10 first.
What's their average likes right now?
5.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not,
Dude, that means that not everyone in this fucking podcast likes.
no, yeah,
the-
not all of you guys are subscribed, but it's
I like
fine, it's
every
fine.
single.
Why
thing
would
that
we
comes out.
subscribe? We're in it.
Just for the
We
views,
found
man,
one
the
who's not
views.
subscribed.
First game.
No,
Fake
but regardless, it was never about the amount of views. It was about the impact that we are able to have on ourselves and the people who do listen to it or do end up finding it somehow. Hopefully, one of you guys do become famous, and then it'll be like on your like Wikipedia page, like, oh yeah, by the way, that one line, you had a podcast for 2 months.
Because we didn't get the views. It's not about the views.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's all I really wanted to say. Thank you guys. Anyone else want to do final comments before we close the chapter on Just Like Me?
Fuck Prithvi. Oh, sorry.
Go to the ground. Delete the Instagram account. It's fine.
Hopefully you 5 fuckers put this on your story this time. I don't have to message you 10 times over. 50 at signs.
Yeah, you guys need to catch up, man. Y'all are slacking. You were late today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You'll get them next time.
All right. Thank you to everyone who is listening. Thank you to everyone who is watching. Make sure to check it out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. If you haven't yet done so, follow us on Instagram at Just Like Me Podcast. And hopefully, after listening to I think about 20-something episodes of us just ranting, us talking, of us arguing, you realize that even though we are just 6 brown dudes from the Bay, hopefully you guys think that at the heart of it, you guys are just like me. That's what you guys think. So thank you guys, and see you guys later.
Ending